I wanted to show you guys what this grass looked like after these cattle had grazed it for 18 days. For the most part, they did graze off most of that dormant grass pretty uniformly. There's a cluster of some taller grass down there in the corner that they didn't graze as well. Now these cattle did not just come off of this grass. They've been off of this grass for about 16 days now, so we have got some regrowth. The grass was not nearly this green when I pulled them off, and they probably would have grazed this a little bit more uniformly if the grass had not started to green up. If I had got them on here a little bit sooner when there was no green grass, they would have grazed it a little bit more even. But you can see there is still quite a bit of residual down on the ground, even though it doesn't look like it when you look out across the pasture. And they left some big clumps like that, but most of it they grazed pretty evenly. We did get quite a bit of manure down into this lot, which is good because it probably hasn't had that since we've owned it for about the last 12 years. All we used it for was hay. There was cattle out here when we bought it, but after we bought it, like I said, we didn't have any cattle for quite a long time after we had bought it. So this is really the first time this piece of ground, this 1.6 acres, has had any animal impact on it since we've owned it. Even though the grass looks short in some areas, you can just see that they trampled a lot of this dry matter onto the ground, which is good that it's covering the soil, because we got that 9 inches of rain, and without some kind of cover, there probably should have been more cover. You can see where it kind of gets thin in here. There probably should have been a little bit more cover if I had got them off 2 or 3 days earlier, but this is going to help out. The cover that it does have is still going to help retain some moisture, retain some of that rainfall that we got. You can see down here where it starts getting a little taller. I really kind of wanted to strip graze this, but I had been setting up my other paddocks down south, and I was just out of poly wire, so I just let them graze this free range. Where you can kind of see where the water has flowed across the top of this ground right here. You can see the grass is laid over. This is kind of a low area right in here, and so boy, when we get a lot of rain like that, we do get a little bit of flooding down here. So temporarily, it doesn't last long, but you can kind of see some debris right there, and it kind of follows that waterway right there on down to my pond. But I didn't mind them leaving this grass down here. It actually was a good thing that they didn't graze all of this. It helped prevent some soil erosion, I'm sure, from all that rain that we had. I told you those cattle had picked through this brush. This was all grown up in blue stem grass, about as tall as the brush itself, as tall as this fence really. And the cattle they came through and knocked all that down, cleaned it up. Now I can go in here and kind of clear some of this brush out of here. Which was kind of what I was hoping for. I was kind of just waiting to see what they were going to do with it and see if they could get it cleared out a little bit. But I just thought I'd share this this update with you on this lot that I had them in. I wish I would have left a little bit more residual than I did, but the top of the soil is still covered, which is what I want. I don't want to see any bare soil anymore on this property. I've done that too many times in the past, and now I know better. I still could have improved what I did on this lot. I should have pulled them off a little earlier. I could have maybe strip grazed it and made them graze it a little more uniformly. There was some areas that they, you know, it started to green up, and then they'd eat on that a little bit, and then they'd go eat on some dormant grass, and then they'd come back and regraze that green grass that had started to poke through. So all in all, they didn't just take it down to the bare soil, but I definitely could have left a little more, but that's a learning experience. And we'll definitely try to improve on that. The time just got away from me. I was trying to, you know, I had a plan in my head that I was going to move them right down to that, right down to those paddocks that I was making as soon as I got them out of here, and before I got that area kind of cleaned up and ready to go. You know, this had gotten grazed down a little bit more than I would have liked, so I should have just turned them out onto this big part of the pasture, which I ended up doing anyways, instead of leaving them in here for another 2 or 3 days. But that's pretty much it. As we get back up to this gate here, they hung out quite a bit around this gate because I had the mineral up here, and the water was up here along the fence. I kind of just moved that water tank up and down the fence to keep them from congregating too much in one area over the time that they're in here. So that's why this looks a little more trampled and beat up. Anyways, guys, that was the progress on this 1.6 acre lot that these cattle were out on for 18 days. It started out as stockpiled dormant native grass, and this is it now, about 16 days later after I pulled them off. So until next time, stay tuned for some more videos, guys. Thank you.